Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. Is it too easy in the Philippines? And if so, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I just want to briefly talk about that. You know, there's a saying that if it were easy, everybody would do it. Well, so many people seem to think that it's easy over here to live here, to get into relationships, to start a new life over here, that so many are doing it. A lot of people are successful, but then a lot of people aren't. I just want you to take a look at what happens to some of us when things are too easy. And I just got this topic because I was talking to a friend of mine up in Luzon, and a friend of his, a woman from his past came back, and she was 3 or 4 months pregnant. And it's like, it's just too easy to find yourself in a situation like that. You know, a lot of women that we deal with, you know, they come to us easy. They're cooperative. They don't ask you to use condoms. It's just too easy to ruin your life over here if you don't have any self-restraint, if you don't have any self-discipline. And I'm not preaching to anybody. I'm just talking about, you know, easy can be hard sometimes. You know, as far as I'm concerned, there's not many places harder than the Philippines easier than the Philippines to get acclimated here, only on the surface, you know, to move here and get settled. Within 72 hours, you could already have your place, transportation, be involved in a relationship, and be, you know, living your best life. I don't know if you can go anywhere else in the world and have that happen so fast. But what really happens when things come to you too easy? Well, the big thing over here that affects us is, well, there's two big things. There's a lot, but the two things I'm going to talk about, and then I'll talk about some of the other things, is overconfidence and complacency. Yeah, see, when you come over here and meeting women is so easy, or it seems so easy as it does for us, you become overconfident. You think you're more than what you are. Well, maybe I was making too big of a deal out of my situation at home. Maybe it was the women over there, it wasn't me. And you get the big head. You know, it happens to us all. You know, who doesn't feel proud? Who doesn't get the big head when you got a beautiful, attractive young woman, half your age, draped all on you, wrapped all around you? But it gives us overconfidence. And we start thinking we're more than what we are. But complacency. You know, people say, oh, it's so easy over here. Cal was lying. We don't have to be better over here. So you get complacent, things come to you so easy. What's the motivation to improve? What's the motivation to get better over here, Cal? You were lying to us all along. It's easy. I can just kick back over here and not do anything. Yeah, and then you eventually die. You'll stagnate and die. But another thing that happens to us when things come so easy for us, we get bored, man. Everybody wants a little challenge. We get bored. When you don't have to do anything, it's all at your fingertips. It all comes to you so easy. You just get on the dating site, punch a few profiles, and boom, you got the woman there in front of you. I see now why some guys, they say, I don't want the dating site. Even though I know I'm going to get the same results on the street as I do on the dating site, I just want the challenge. I don't want it that easy. Because it can be so easy, it seems so easy that it's like a trap, and it is for some guys. It's almost like putting an alcoholic in a room full of free alcohol. Eventually, he's probably going to drink himself to death. And that's what it is for a lot of us. We don't have the self-restraint. We don't have the self-discipline. And we end up in trouble over here. Like that guy. That's just one that he probably knows about. There's no telling. It's too easy to do that. I did it myself. When I came over here, I thought my equipment was broke. But me and my wife, my American wife, we wasn't doing nothing. She didn't turn me on. I guess I didn't turn her on, but I certainly wasn't getting excited. Not about that. But I come over here, the women are so cooperative. It just seemed too easy. And my son's mother, the first night she got pregnant. It's just too easy to ruin your life over here if you don't watch out, man. This is a public service announcement, guys. It really only seems easy. It's really not. On the surface, it is. So we come over here, we look at these videos, oh, so easy. So we come over here, we're not prepared. We're not prepared for what's waiting over here. We overlook a lot of stuff because it's just too easy. You come over here, you get you a place, you got your woman, you got your motorcycle, whatever, and all you got to do every 2 months is go to immigration and pay your immigration fees, and you can stay here for 36 months on a tourist visa. It just seems too easy. So you're going to overlook something. There's a lot you're going to overlook. What's the motivation to learn anything else? You don't have to learn the language because enough people over here speak your language that you don't even have to learn the language. You don't have to learn the culture. There's so much Western foods over here now. But eventually that's going to come back and bite you. So I just wanted to talk about that today. It only seems easy over here. You're going to be like the rabbit who's going back and forth, minding his own business, and all of a sudden sees a pile full of carrots and be like, oh, this is my lucky day. Then he grabs the carrots, boom, the cage comes down, and he's Sunday dinner. You don't want to be Sunday dinner over here, but that's what happens. They lay the trap, man, because it only seems easy. It's not easy as we make it out to be over here. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody over here. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. It could be a trap. Okay, remember, if something's coming to you that easy, you got to stop and think about it. But a lot of us, you can't reach you. You think guys that have been over here for years and years can't tell you anything. We're telling you that it's not as easy as you think it is. And even if it is, that's not a good thing for you. You're not going to grow. You're not going to get better. You're not going to learn anything. You're just going to sink deeper and deeper into the person you were before you got over here. I did want to say one thing before I got off here. If you're in Manila, there's been some protests going on, some protesting. It got kind of ugly yesterday, and you're probably wondering why I didn't say anything about it. Well, it's one of those shut the fuck up and mind your own business sort of things. I got the advisory from the embassy on Friday, and I didn't say anything about it because normally over here, protests are peaceful. It's no big deal. You know, a lot of times the protesters are paid to protest. But this one, Richie Rich said, no, Cal, they're mad. And so maybe I just should have warned you that the protests were going to be there because I'm pretty sure traffic was even worse than it normally is. I'm pretty sure you had some delays getting to and from places. And you just don't want to be around that stuff like that. I'm not going to give you my opinion on it. I'm not going to talk about it. That's their business, man. Okay? When you start talking about government corruption and politics and all that stuff, it's something you don't want to do over here. But I should have at least told you so that you could avoid the delays and because I'm pretty sure a lot of streets were closed because it was thousands and thousands of people out there yesterday. We're going to keep a close eye on it in the next 48 hours to make sure that it doesn't interfere with the meet and greet that we're having Saturday from 4 to 8 at Draft Restaurant and Brewery because they closed schools and government offices today just to make sure everybody was safe because they did make some arrests. And from what I was seeing on TV, there was some rioting. But normally they're peaceful people over here. But I wanted to, bring that to your attention. If you're up there in Manila, if you're flying into Manila in the next couple of days, keep an eye on that, okay? Take care, everybody.
Boots on the ground, don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers. A tribute through music.
If I don't know nothing, I know one thing. When we help others, we